Logic bombs are sometimes referred to as slag code, is a string of malicious code used to cause harm to a network when the programmed conditions are met. Events could include a certain date or time, a particular record being deleted from a system, or the launching of an infected software application. So this is basically what it sounds like. It's malware that explodes and messes up stuff as soon as you trigger something. Signs of a logic bomb, they typically cannot be detected until it's triggered. So you won't even know. The criminal has coded it to where like you won't even know. It's silent, it's hidden until you do the action that triggers it. It's also usually inserted into the computer network through the use of malicious code. And code can be inserted into the computer's existing software or into other forms of malware such as viruses, worms, or Trojan horses, which we're going to get into later in the video. What to do to get rid of a logic bomb? Periodically scan all files, and if you're in security, you're going to be doing this, including compressed files. Maintain an updated antivirus software. Ensure that all the users activate features like auto protect and email screening in business. We used to have this in the government like all the time because the users used to get like potential malicious email all the time, so they had to keep this like email security set up so that it scanned the email first before it even got to them. Protect all computers within a network individually. Provide a clear safe use policy to all employees and have them acknowledge their part in maintaining safety and integrity of any data they have access to. If you go into security, you're always gonna have to like teach users how to not, or give them like training, security training. You're always gonna have to update them and give them security training because they don't know. They're trying to do their job. They're not us. They're not in their mind to think about security unless they take it seriously themselves and or they've been attacked themselves. They're not thinking about security. Next one, rootkits. Now, remember when I said I didn't know that bootkits existed, and then I only just knew about rootkits? They're two totally different things. Bootkit infects the master boot record. Rootkit, on the other hand, a category of malware that provides threat actors the means to remotely access to and gains full control of infected systems without users knowing. Rootkit, when I was reading on the website, it's like a toolbox of malware. So the rootkit is put onto the system or the network, and then the cyber criminal has all these different types of like malwares in it, and they set it on the system, and then once they set it on the system, it just releases into the network. Stuxnet was an example of rootkit. So if you guys don't know what Stuxnet is, it was a really big deal back in the day. I don't know when it happened. I forgot the date, but it was in Iran, and it was a malicious computer worm, and they targeted the SCADA systems. And yes, so it was going to be responsible for causing substantial damage to Iran's nuclear program. Oh my God, my face looks very oily. I'm going to keep this light from my computer because yes. If you know who created Stuxnet, leave it in the comments below. Difference, like I said, the difference between a backdoor and a rootkit, because they're kind of like synonymous with each other. A backdoor is a secret passageway put in directly by a user. So this has to be physically put in, like the disgruntled employee, or you or me who's like security administrator or a developer will purposely go and put in a backdoor. Rootkit is installed through malicious code, so the door is always open and gives the hacker root privileges. Once they get in and that door is open, that code is gonna elevate their privileges so they can go in and delete stuff, they can see stuff, they can cause nuclear bombs to go off. Signs of a rootkit, another piece of malware that's hard to find, but the more you dig into blue team security, you will learn how to detect these. You can detect these more You can detect rootkits better with behavioral analysis, and you'll get into that. We'll probably get into that more on this channel about different types of behavioral analysis, signature scanning, and memory dumping. What to do to get rid of a rootkit: scan using your favorites, anti-malware, and if it's like to the point where it's super bad, like Stuxnet, I know they had to go in and like do some real hefty work. The next one is spyware, a type of malware that infects your PC or mobile device and gathers information about you. Your iPhones, Apple, Android, it's all spyware, including the sites you visit, the things you download, your usernames and passwords, payment information, and the emails you send and receive. It finds its way on your computer with your knowledge, without your knowledge, not with your knowledge, or permission, attaching itself to your operating system. Might even advertently permit spyware to install itself when you agree to terms and conditions of seemingly legitimate programs without reading the fine print. How can you get spyware? Security vulnerabilities, phishing and spoofing, misleading marketing, software bundles, Trojans, and mobile device spyware. Types of spyware: password stealers, banking Trojans, info stealers, and keyloggers. How to remove spyware. So there's a few different ways you can remove spyware. You can make sure your system has been cleaned by any infection so that new passwords are not compromised. Get yourself a robust cybersecurity program with a reputation of aggressive spyware removal technology. After you have cleaned your system, think about contacting your financial institutions to warn all potentially fraudulent activity. If stolen information is sensitive in nature or involves the collection and transmission of images, audio, and or video, you should contact local enforcement authorities to report potential violations of federal and state laws. Activating a credit freeze is definitely good. Investing in LifeLock, even though like everything is everywhere, guys. Your FBI agent knows everything about you. Trojan horses, one of my favorites because it's such a sneaky girl. So the delivery strategy that hackers use to deliver any number of threats, from ransomware that immediately demands money to spyware that conceals itself while it steals valuable information like personal and financial data. And Trojans can look like anything, girl, okay? From free software and music to browser advertisements and to seemingly legitimate apps. So Trojan horses can be anything in the street. That's the thing about malware, like you just never know, because a lot of us won't know that we have it until like something weird happens, and sometimes it's too late. Sometimes you catch it, and that's when a lot of y'all come to me and you're like, can you get my account back? And you had like, no girl, no, should have watched this video. I'm gonna have y'all looking up security news after I'm done with you, okay? How can you get a Trojan? Being bad online. Okay, don't be bad. Downloading cracked applications. There's like an application that you really want for free online, and you're sitting up here and you're downloading cracked ones, non-bought ones on your laptop or on your phone. That could be a Trojan. And it could also have spyware attached to it, stealing all your data. It have a keylogger on it, which is like logging all your key logs, all of that. Downloading unknown free programs or even a screensaver. Opening infected attachments, clicking stuff in phishing emails, and visiting shady websites. So y'all just gotta be cautious, like everywhere. You can get infected doing anything, okay? You can get infected just looking at your computer the wrong way. The types of Trojans: backdoors, spyware, zombifying Trojans, downloader Trojans, and dialer Trojans. how to remove Trojans, automated anti-malware tool, and make a full system scan like a good person. Malwarebytes, like I said, the elites. Malwarebytes detects all known Trojans and more since 80% of Trojan detection is done by heuristic analysis. How to prevent Trojan horses: running periodic diagnostic scans, setting up automatic updates of your operating system software, ensuring you have the latest security updates, keeping your applications updated, ensuring any security vulnerabilities are patched, avoiding unsafe or suspicious websites. A lot of y'all that be downloading music illegally. Cut it out. Being skeptical of unverified attachments and links in unfamiliar email. Using complex passwords, no 1 2 3 4 5 6, and staying behind a firewall. We're almost done, guys. A virus is malware attached to another program, such as a document, which can replicate and spread after an initial execution on a target system where human interaction is required. So a virus on a computer is like a virus in real life. It needs a host to spread. Viruses are harmful, of course, and can destroy data. They slow down system resources and log keystrokes. Target systems running Microsoft Windows, of course. Macs, on the other hand, enjoy a reputation of virus-proof super machines. Okay, give it the winning team, baby. I don't know why y'all are still over there. Let me stop, because I know the Windows goons are going to be in my comments talking about stuff. You don't like Windows, and Windows this, and y'all can't do this. And please don't. Please, because I will block and report you. Cyber criminals aren't creating new viruses, so you probably won't have to worry about a virus that much anymore these days. They're trying to create what they call now advanced persistent threats. They're trying to go for the big bucks, the big data, all of that, so they can sell it and get money and, you know, do what they want to do with it. They're a lot more sophisticated and lucrative threats now. So you don't really have to worry about a virus these days. It's more advanced persistent threats. And you can read about that in my blog post below. I go into detail from that chapter about what they are. When people talk about getting a virus on their computer, they usually mean some form of malware, such as a computer worm, which we're going to talk about next. A computer virus attaches bits of its own malicious code to other files or replaces files outright with copies of itself. The types of viruses: Trojans can be viruses, and a ransomware can be a virus. And how to prevent and protect against a virus: it starts with situational awareness, so just being aware of like your system and its security. Regarding email attachments and embedded links in phishing or mouse spam, and investing in a good cybersecurity software like this one. At the last one, which are worms. A worm is a Trojan that is capable of propagating or replicating itself from one system to another. So a worm does not need a host like a virus. A worm can just spread on its own, spreads by itself. How can you get a worm? Software vulnerabilities, email, external devices, social media networks, compromised sites, peer-to-peer file sharing, instant messenger networks. And the types of worms: I don't know if you guys have heard of the I love you worm, and Stuxnet was also a worm. Symptoms is the system slows down, defenses on the system are disabled, including safe mode, files are missing from the infected system, causing it not to operate or function normally. The infected system may become part of a botnet due to other malware infections such as backdoors. And how to prevent and protect against worms: running an antivirus or malware software usually cleans up infected systems automatically. Worms aren't that bad. Like, worms can be cleaned very easily, unless it's like advanced, but usually you can get a worm off pretty quickly. Keep your OS and other software installed on your system updated. Make sure that all firewalls on your system and routers are always enabled. Also, configure your firewall to make it more secure. Disable JavaScript on your browsers. And the last one, exercise basic computer security 101 protocols. For example, not clicking links or attachments on emails or verifying from senders that they legitimately sent those messages. All right, so that's all of the different types of malware that I wanted to talk about today from chapter 1. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to talk about in chapter 2, but I'm going to be taking notes on that tonight and picking a topic and talking about it in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you've ever been hit with a virus or any type of malware, you should share your story in the comments below so I can read it. And if you have a virus now, you might want to get Malwarebytes immediately. All right, so thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment, and check out the blog posts in the description box. And I will see you guys in the next video. Love you.